we're going to be some of the first people to see the future of mobility right here on KOCO. Thanks to Bob Brocker and the folks at Agewise Colorado, we're able to introduce you all to George Duer, president of Stride Tech Medical. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having us.
Of course,
Really
this is really exciting technology and something that we've been in talks with you guys about for quite some time. So we're happy to have you guys on the show to talk about it. So, Bob, I want to come to you first. Share more about Agewise and why you started it.
I was Googling several years ago for some help for my mother, and it occurred to me that I don't know any of these people. So are they reliable? Can I trust them? And so that was kind of the impetus for saying, hey, I'm going to start this thing called Agewise Colorado, so we can provide reliable resources and great information and education and get people like George involved with Stride Tech and many others. We have about 300, over 500 now service providers and a lot of great information and education. So would you rather Google and cross your fingers or Agewise? And no. And so we're providing inspiration instead of perspiration.
I like that.
So there you go.
So no sweat. That's great. I love that. That's a great way to look at it. Now, George, this is really huge, and I have to give a quick shout out, Go Buffs, because you guys kind of came up with this in Boulder. CU had a big part in coming up with this with you guys, which is amazing. So explain what the mission of Stride Tech is and how you guys came to this.
It was founded, but the co-founders were at an engineering class, and that's how they invented this.
Amazing.
They came up with this. And the whole purpose and the mission of Stride Tech is to help prevent falls. What we are trying to do is help people use their walker and feel safer and actually be safer so that they have a better quality of life.
Wow, amazing. And this is something that really can be life-changing for so many people and also their families, which is so huge. So can you explain how this works?
Sure. So the technology in of itself is fairly simple. It's an attachment that goes on almost any walker, and literally it is measuring how much weight is being placed on the handles and how far the person's hips are from the handles. So if you see people and they're hunched over, oftentimes that's a falling position. What we're doing is you can see the light change from green to red when too much weight is being placed on it, or if there's not standing in the frame. So it helps people go from here to here and ambulate safely.
Wow. Okay, amazing. So when that light is turning red, it is telling the user, hey, you're not in a safe position.
And the positions are customizable. So we have an app so that my setting can be different than yours. So it's perfect for anybody to use. And it helps also preserve relationships, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. So oftentimes you'll say, Mom, step into the frame, step into your walker. You don't need to do that now because the machine does it for you. So there's no nagging. And it also works for professionals because we collect data. So healthcare professionals can inform the care they're providing because they have real hard data that shows how often or what kind of changes that the user might be experiencing.
That is incredible, and obviously all in real time for those healthcare providers. Am I hearing a vibrating noise as well?
Right, so what it does is when it senses the weight, if I'm exceeding the weight limit, it buzzes like your phone on silent in your hands. That's one of the cues.
Wow.
As well as the light changing.
Oh, wow.
We could also have it do the audio, but we decided that was not too good because it would be beeping way too often.
That's okay. That's really cool and a really impressive way to, again, get users to understand where they are when it comes to their safety here too. So, George, what are your hopes for the future of Stride Tech technology?
Well, we are right now, we've got a limited supply of these available. And we're taking pre-orders, so if anybody wants to go to stridetechmedical.com, you can place an order for and purchase the item. It's $199 for individuals, and then for professionals, where we could have it set up for multiple users, it's $500 per unit because of the data that's associated with that. And our hope is to just, if we can help one family avoid, I saw my mom fall when she was in a walker, it changes your life. It changes everyone's life. And if we can help someone avoid that, not only are we doing good, we can do well because the size of this market is enormous. There are so many people who need this kind of help, and we're all getting older.
Exactly. As much as we don't want to admit it, we are. And Bob, Stride Tech is only one of so many amazing resources available through Agewise Colorado, correct? Like you said before. I mean, do you think that this is the easiest way to engage? How can people get to know more about Agewise and what they can do?
Well, the simplest way to go is to go to agewisecolorado.org. That's our website. And I would encourage anybody to do that. Just spend a little time poking around on the website, learning what's there.
Yes.
And diving into areas of our greater interest. We have 12 major categories of service providers.
Wow.
And assistive technologies like this is one of those categories.
Amazing.
And a lot of great information as well, and we do webinars. And so we have a schedule of webinars for the rest of this year already posted on the website.
Okay.
And George, that attaches to any walker, correct?
Correct. Anything that came out of the closet that somebody had in Uncle Stan's garage, you can put it on, and it makes a old walker basically in a smart walker.
Brand new smart walker. Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you so much. This is incredible, and what you guys are doing with Agewise too is so great and so gives us so much peace of mind for us and our families. So we can't thank you both enough.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, guys. Remember, Agewise is there to support older adults, their loved ones, and caregivers. To access resources and ask your questions, go to agewisecolorado.org, and to learn more about Stride Tech advancements in mobility, go to stridetechmedical.com.